turrets too quickly as whoa.
Yeah, Carrier already taken a bit of damage here.
Find Owner or anybody here, but they're already caught.
Yeah, Glacial Prison comes down, and once again, Xayah's just going to explode. Side of the map as well, but to really open up the map, it has to be through mid.
It does have to be through mid.
Yeah, we'll be taking down some of these wards around the map. Xayah going to get slowed down. There's a Glacial Prison as well. Special delivery of Gumayusi with the killer instinct, and there's
on this squishy Xayah.
And after such an incredible early game as well, as Bin is going to find the knockback onto Owner, but skating on in is Xayah. Bin now just going to have to book it out of there. On in so much trouble, walking the wrong
30 seconds on the Baron. They really want this.
Yep, Solo going to set up for the Zenith Blade. It's a decent Stranglethorns, but he's still going to go down. The follow-up just not going to be there. Another Glacial Prison, great buffer there from the Tristana, but Knight not able to offer any damage back, and that's going to be base broken. About 50% health, but he's the tank. He's not too worried. Solar Flare also not exactly hitting the sweet spot as Xayah able to walk.
And it's going to have to be a clean engage from On.
Yeah, there's the flash forward from On. Speaking of which, True Shot Barrage over everyone as Zenith Blade into the backline just to try to get rid of them. And now Gumayusi, that killer instinct really working out. Faker dashing in. It's a little bit split, but it's working. As coming in, can they actually line them up? Find some of these snares. There's the triple root from the mouth. Boom goes the dynamite. Down goes Knight as Faker rocket jumps his way to safety. And Carrier actually looking for Elk here. Tempered Fate is going to connect. The Cosmic Binding is so good as he takes matters into his own hands. And now Faker's able to help lock down that kill. There are the resets. Special delivery of Knight as well. As T1 in this team fight looking good, but in comes Bin. Can they actually deal with it? Knight now king until there's a mini null once again, and now it comes through. The Dragon going to be picked up. On in actually a lot of trouble as the curtains have been called. On just going to be sniped. No one was there to protect him. And now Elk is going to get slowed down. Xayah is here with the rest of the team, but Bin is nowhere in sight. Everyone's a squishy, and there's a deadly flourish onto the Nidalee. Now the teleport's coming in. Bin's going to be able to join the other three. The BLG are getting closed in on, and this is not their side of the map.
Certainly not.
This is getting real dicey. There is another snare as the Cosmic Binding locks down Knight. He's the target, and the Hyper Proc is going to do it. The Nara into the wall. The wall up there from Xayah. As the Tempered Fate does go down, but Elk not going to be too worried about it. Carrier still just going aggressive. Bin's just going to kill him. Not entirely sure what the game plan was there, but Xayah's still going to take so much damage. Faker just straight up Goomba stomping him. As another bullet, there's the flash from On this time. He's going to be respecting it. Now the quickness comes in. Faker with the sickest flash, and the double knockback from the Nara is going to hold them all down. There's the Infernal Soul, and the curtains are being called now as well. There's the Tempered Fate. It does get the stun on tonight as Valkyrie's now going to be utilized. Magical Journey comes on through as there's the Gnar. Xayah very delayed once again, but it's a bloodbath, and it's being delivered by T1. Bin trying to get what he can done, but the Buster Shot's too good. Is this going to be a pentakill for the GOAT? No, it's not. TES doesn't want to wait for that. Curtains are going to get called once again. First bullet doesn't land, but the second one rings true. Third one difficult until that Warmogs gets some work done. The flash forward, and Carrier once again takes matters into his own hands. The flash over from Faker, and he will wait for that Zhonya's to wear off. On now, having to battle dance his way out. Owner is absolutely unstoppable, and Faker, he's just diving in. He doesn't even mind if Bin takes him down, but that's not even gonna happen. T1 will keep themselves alive here at EWC.
Yeah, what happened when Bin TP bot last time.
Yep, you can see a little bit of spare time for the Zeri, but now the engage comes through. Impact does have the counter-strike, has of course skilled that one. As Gumayusi able to come on over, does pick up the turret aggro. They need to try and get this kill. As Guma goes down low, there's the flashes. Zenith Blade doesn't work. Core comes in. That is still first blood going over to Gumayusi. Core JJ not going to be able to utilize the quickness there, and he's just dead. On TL is in so much trouble. That was a decent dodge there as Jhin not going to walk in to the Glacial Fissure. True Shot Barrage looking to be traded as APA moves towards the bottom side. Jhin is so low, and APA, he's just going to explode. So Owner, as the ultimate from Carrier is pretty good there as well to keep them at bay. Impact is getting lower and lower.
Fantastic wave clear, can deal with this bottom push, even with Sivir in the mix. Sivir's so good at wave clear. I think that's why this pick specifically was chosen, just in case of the lane swap. Strong into the 2v2, but good at pushing waves in. But Impact is really holding his own here, and unfortunately, there's no way for Owner pre-6 to actually have the same sort of impact that we saw from Umpty topside, and now Core JJ's back.
Yeah, Core JJ unfortunately going to find out that there's a whole bunch of bad guys there. Jhin having to dash without being able to go through a wall, and there is a cleanse, but it doesn't quite work.
And he can, because he is a big tanky tree. He's flashing. There are 4 members of T1 up here, Upti. I don't know whether this is really what you wanted. He'll be taken down. Gumayusi grabs that kill. And now the teleport's in from Xayah at the same time. They want even more off the back end of this one. Still, APA does massive amounts of damage. The all-out comes in. And the ulti's there from Yun as well. Let's see whether they can actually answer. As the extender beam splits up the fight. Great flash from APA as Ona tries to get that Vault Breaker through. They need to get themselves together as the Weaver's Wall comes on down. There's a huge pushback from Xayah, who's in amongst 4 people right now. Gumayusi, the only one there to back him up, and they want to take him down, but they're not going to be able to do so. Cease and desist comes in on top of Court JJ, and then it's Ona that's out once again. APA torn apart at T1. That was absolutely gorgeous. The flash forward from Faker.
Let's see who's going to be able to get their mitts onto that one. Is JackeyLove flashing away? Yeah, Carrier comes on over with the magical journey, flashes through the Winter's Bite, as now JackeyLove's in so much trouble.
It's going to be one of them taken by TN as Cream moving on in. He will have to go back to his soul, which could mean a 3 versus 1. Make it a 4 versus 1. So TN is sort of left in the lurch.
This T1 composition with his pick potential, and this is a pretty long fight.
Yeah, the Rend has to be used. There's a flash forward from JackeyLove. He lines up the Mystic shot. Oh! Manages to take. TN taking a fair bit of damage, though, as Ona gets back over the wall. Equalizer. They're all lined up on top. And now the barbecue begins. The ultimate out there from Cream is decent. Still hit by the hostile takeover, though, as he flashes away. There's the cease and desist as JackeyLove looks to try and get himself out of it. But once again, it's his Flame Spitter that's doing all the work. A double kill for Gumayusi. The Baron, but it's suffocation here and not wanting to make any risks on this map as Mako possibly caught out. There's the handshake. He puts up the door. He's soaking a lot of damage, but Faker dives in. He picks up TN, who does have the twisted advance to try and get forward, but Xayah, it's once again the barbecue, and Faker is taken down. Trees on top of it. JackeyLove dies off the back end. Faker, he even had the bailout available. He was never going to die, and that is a clean ace. Faker from teleporting over. There is the Rift Tail being picked up by TN as the arrow is going to barely miss onto Top Esports. And they'll make it out just fine. Emperor's Divide was used here on this bottom side as Faker is going to use the buffed up Honeyfruit to speed his way out. Oh, the Whirling Death comes in as 369 still chasing. JackeyLove is punished though. Comes in. That's going to mean that Mako at least survives as 369 still trying to find some value here. There's the flash from Gumayusi.
Just fighting it out slowly.
Yeah, there's the hook finally going to connect there as now Xayah dives in. He finds the Q and there's the all-out special delivery from the T1 top laner, but TN, he's going to survive. JackeyLove gets one back, but now Gumayusi is free hitting in the back line, and it's a double kill for Ona. It almost looked okay until it was domination for T1.
Stack's gonna get reset again.
Falling down, but thankfully the GOAT's gonna be there to help him forward. Soul Point as the spear almost does it, but it's going to be the secure hook. He's gonna connect onto Carrier, but the hostile takeover comes in. The flash gets him out of there, and now it's T1 able to turn it. The flash from Ona almost gets on top of JackeyLove, and it's Faker that finishes the job. Double knockup, but it doesn't matter. From them since. And in this game, it's all coming up T1 as they look to move towards match point in this series. Falling down as Hex Flash there from Mako just to try and put some fear into T1, but I don't think it's going to stop this tower from being removed. There's the flash as Faker does have his flash available. There was a dredge line there though, so not going to invest the flash, but oh no, as soon as the volley lands, the handshake definitely lands at a premium.
It feels like all Middle-East.
If he lands another one of them, TN's just dead.
Yeah, now they can move towards the Baron where the vision really is lacking for Top Esports. If you have to face check into this poke, it's going to be brutal, but you can't just give it over for free.
And Zeri is happy to just press the button.
369's caught!
369's gonna get caught out of position. He flashes towards Carrier, but he just keeps him at arm's length. And the Crocodile will be taken down to his GA. And now Top Esports desperate to find some sort of retaliation. But there's even an out. Tien possibly out of position though, as Carrier's gonna move on over first. Gumayusi and JackeyLove are fighting. No more Blade Caller gonna be available. The heal comes in to make sure Gumayusi is safe, and Tien is in so much trouble. Faker's gonna come over. That's first blood for Gumayusi.
You want to use it, but you're still an Ivern, you know? Maybe with a different jungler, you could have gotten more out of that.
And Ona, full knowledge of what's going on here. TN not going to be able to land anything, and Ona's going to grab the second kill. Opportunity, the Glacial Prison does go wide. There's the grand entrance, and there is the last breath to land on the cream. The flash over the wall, the Corki going to be taken out of the fight, but can they win the rest of it? Is going to be the question. The equalizer avoided relatively well. The slowdown on Mako, but the health bar on 369 is massive. He goes all out. He's dancing around the fight. His fake against the shield, and the Steel Tempest will take down 369 in the end. The flash forward from Mako, the desperation, but the feathers are there, and so is Jackie Love. He's dashing forward. He's trying to find these low health bars. There's Guma. He's flashing the triple kill for Jackie. Make that a quadra, and Top Esports are back in the game.
Play. He's still looking for angles.
Yeah, gonna have to flash out of the way of that one as Gumayusi is so incredibly low. Has to Feather Storm, True Shot Barrage, just barely misses. Behind the tree line, so to speak, Tien's gonna put up. This could be big, and there it is! Tien already taking so much damage, the redemption comes down, but it doesn't let Jackie Love. He dies in the blink of an eye. They traded for the Rumble though. 369 still trying to get out of there as Gumayusi trying to chase through, and Faker is able to clear up the rest of them. They didn't even need the Xayah in the fight, as it turns out, as Cream is gonna die. Gumayusi comes in, some casual auto attack. Hey, that's an aggressive move as Carrier once again taking matters into his own hands. Doesn't even go down as they've taken one for now. This might be an opportunity though. They're all out, but Ona, he is out. He's just gonna walk away from it. The frontliners just kind of limping after that, but that's all they need to do, as T1's push is at least going to be stopped. Featherstorm, and Gumayusi just throws the feathers at him and he dies. Over that control as this dragon is going down low. The ulti's going to go wide there from Ona though, as you can see 369 looking to keep Carrier out. There's the Infernal Soul though, and the equalizer is phenomenal. The grand entrance from Carrier once again as Baker is going to flash on top of TN. The all out comes through from 369, but he's just dead because now there's a Xayah in the fight. It's a clean ace. League of Legends winners. High fives around for the team, and there is the huge grin that Carrier deserves.
Absolute dominant performance from Carrier in this international. Coma goes directly to him. He's jumping up and down. He knows he's earned this win for T1.
Esports World Cup presenting League of Legends, and there it is.